territory to be used as a base, while the fighters were mostly Afghan and the weapons came from America. The benefit of this smart strategy was that the Soviet army did not confront Pakistan directly, but instead became trapped in the difficult terrain of Afghanistan. The prolonged war, increasing losses, and economic pressure weakened the Soviet system. It would be more appropriate to say that Pakistan's intelligence, through strategic support and coordination, created an environment in which the Soviet Union began to collapse from within. Pakistan's intelligence agency played an extremely quiet yet deep role throughout this entire period. The Afghanistan war was not only being fought on battlefields, but also on psychological, political, and systemic levels. The ISI, in cooperation with America, developed a strategy in which the Soviet Union was weakened internally rather than confronted directly. Existing national unrest, independence movements, and dissatisfaction with the central government in various Soviet regions were understood and closely observed. The Afghanistan front was designed in such a way that the Soviet army remained entangled there and could not focus on the movements developing within its own territory. As the war dragged on, the economy declined and central control loosened. As a result, movements in regions such as the Baltics, the Caucasus, and Central Asia became stronger. In this way, without any direct war, a great superpower gradually shook at its foundations and eventually scattered across the pages of history. Today, nearly 35 years have passed since that war, yet its impact is still clearly visible in global politics. During this period, the relations between America, Pakistan, and Afghanistan have undergone deep and fundamental changes. Countries that once stood together are now engaged in major conflicts, tensions, and disagreements. The ties between these three nations have deteriorated to the point where trust and cooperation are almost non-existent. In contrast, Russia's closeness and cooperation with Pakistan and Afghanistan have steadily increased over time. This is a strange but profound lesson from history. Friends and enemies are not always the same. Time teaches us that in moments of conflict, rather than making impulsive decisions or resorting to war, one should choose patience, wisdom, and dialogue. Fighting only brings destruction, whereas understanding and careful strategy can truly protect nations from harm.